Hey y'all, love y'all. Okay, so this is part 1 of the Bible breakdown that God has me to do, and I'm doing the book of Ezekiel. Amen. Okay, so in chapter 1, Ezekiel started having visions of God, and he started describing like the angels and God's throne and the things that God was showing him. And then Ezekiel chapter 2, Ezekiel was called to be a prophet, and God started to tell Ezekiel like, hey, I'm finna have you to speak, and you can't be scared of the people that I'm about to send you to speak out to, because they are rebellious and they won't listen. And then in chapter 3, God told Ezekiel, like, in order to save yourself, you have to speak what I tell you to speak. If you don't say what I tell you to say, their bloods will be on their hands. On your hands. But if you do speak what I tell you to say, and they just don't listen, their blood will be on their own hands, and you have saved yourself. And that's 18 through 21. That's chapter 8. That's verse 18 through 21. And then God told Ezekiel to get up and go to a plain, and he would speak to him there. So Ezekiel, like, he obeyed or whatever. And then God told him, like, you have to tie yourself up with a rope. And there he would make his tongue stick to his mouth, so he could only speak what God told him to speak. And then he started to tell him how, like, he was going to put the city on the stage and stuff like that. And I think that's in chapter 4. Yeah, in Ezekiel chapter 4, God told Ezekiel to draw Jerusalem on a block of clay, and that he was going to lay sage on the people. And then he told him to bear the sins of Israel. So, like, and he did for 130 days in total, but he did 309. I'm sorry. He did a couple days on like his side, on one side, and then God told him to switch. But in all, it was 430 days. And late on his side, God told him what to eat. He told him direct, like, he gave him precise instructions on what to eat, what not to eat, how to cook it, and everything. And then in chapter 5, God told Ezekiel to cut his hair off and his beard, and to put it in 3 sections. So a section right here, a section right here, and a section right here. And God told Ezekiel to split the hair up. Okay, boom. And then in chapter 6, God told Ezekiel to speak against Israel and to tell them like what each like part was gonna happen to them or whatever. And he was telling them like, hey, this part finna go through this part finna go through this, and the other part finna go through this. Amen. All right, love y'all.